Hey guys, this is Swabby from Multimedia here. Today we're going to be talking about dividing with 0 and 1. Objective: understanding how to divide with the numbers 0 and 1. So you've probably seen our before video with multiplication where we're multiplying numbers like 8 times 0, and then we know any number times 0 equals 0, and then 8 times 1. And then any number times 1 is that number, so it would be 8. Today we're going to be talking about division. We're going to be talking like, let's say, 0 divided by 868, and then 563 divided by 1. So today I'm going to teach you how we can do that. Let's get started with the video. So then, for our first problem here, you have 0 divided by 898. Now before we start, I want to teach you how we have to say it, because saying it matters. Because division, if you say it in two different ways, it could equal to two different problems. So in this format, you have to say 0 divided by 898. But if you put it as 898 divided by 0, there'll be a lot of calculation, and you're kind of saying it wrong, so it won't equal to the right answer that we're hoping for. So let's do our first problem, and I'm not gonna talk about it mathematically. I'm gonna put it in story terms. So then 898, let's say you had 898 chocolates and you want to share it to your friends. Well, then you have 0 friends, so how many friends would you share it to? That means you would share it to 0 friends. So that's the story term. You had 898 chocolates and you had 0 friends, but you wanted to share it. And how many friends are you sharing it to? You're sharing it to 0. Now, let me put it in mathematical terms. In mathematical terms, any number divided by 0 equals 0. So like any number times 0, like let's say you had 8 times 0, so then that would equal to 0. So any number times 0 is equal to 0, and then any number divided by 0 equals to 0. Now for our next problem. Let's say you had 64 cats, and you want to share it to your friends. Well, you have 0 friends, so how many friends are you sharing it to? Sharing it to 0. Now, 0 divided by 9 would be 0, because any number divided by 0 equals 0. And now, 0 divided by 72. Let's do that. Let's say you had 72 computers, and you want to share it to your friends. Well, you have 0 friends. So how many friends are you sharing it to then? You're sharing it to 0. Now we're doing 0 divided by 23. Let's say you had 23 pencils. Let's say you have 23 pencils, and you're sharing it to your friends, but you have 0 friends. So how many friends would you share it to? You would share it to 0. Now 0 divided by 1, I'm just going to put 0, because any number divided by 0 equals 0. Now, let's do 563 divided by 1. And remember how you say it, and if your teacher always makes you do this on the board, or if this is your next lesson, make sure you tell your teacher how to properly say it, because sometimes your teacher kind of get confused on how you say it, and it might become two different problems, and you might get the answer wrong. So you want to always make sure you say it correctly. So then 563 divided by 1. Now let's remember that any number divided by 1 equals that number. So 563 divided by 1 equals 563. So if I knew, I would put it in a story way, but let's do it like this way. Because last time we put it in a story way most of the rounds. This time we're just going to do it in the mathematical way. So then any number divided by 1 equals that number. So 28 divided by 1 equals 28. And now 1 divided by 1 would equal 1. Then we have 9 divided by 1. So then any number divided by 1 equals that number, so it would equal 9. And then 98 divided by 1, I would say equals 98, because any number divided by 1 equals that number. Then 100 divided by 1, you might think it's so hard, but it's simple as that, as any number divided by 1 equals that number. So 100 divided by 1 equals 100. And yeah, that's it. But make sure before we end this video, I want to give you some pointers on saying that make sure you say the numbers right, and make sure you show your work. And in case if your teacher asks, like, put these problems down in word form, use this word form that I gave you, like let's say you had 5 chocolates and you want to share it to 0 friends, and your teacher asks that to put that in word form. Put 5, you have 5 chocolates and you want to share it to 0 friends, so how many friends are you sharing it to? That means you have your answer is 0, because you're sharing it to 0 friends. And I just wanted to tell you guys that. And please make sure you say your numbers right, because in case your teacher, you don't say it right and your teacher understands it as a different problem, because division is tricky. There's so many ways to get it wrong, but if you focus and go on the right track, then you'll never get it wrong. Thank you so much for watching. This is Abhiram Pawan. Please tell me how I can make my videos better. Comment down below how I can. If you want to do anything like this and you have technical issues, comment down below. We can help you. Thank you so much for watching. This is Abhiram Pawan. Have a great day. And please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Share to your 3rd grade friends, and look out for the 4th grade videos. Those are all out now. And share to your 4th grade friends. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.